Hey guys, Yolanda here. Okay, so as you guys know, I am Yolanda and I am an independent beauty guide with Limelight Bio Cone. For those of you who may not know, I actually left another company back in February, and the other company that I left was Unique. I was with Unique for almost a year. I was an elite green status presenter, and I had almost 100 women on my team, and we were still growing at the time that I left. So I had already addressed this on Facebook Live, and unfortunately my video is no longer there and I don't have an explanation for it, so I decided to recreate the video and leave it here on YouTube. So I really just wanted to talk about the reasons why I made the personal decision to leave Unique. And let me start by saying that there are some people who have been very successful with Unique. There are some people who will continue to be very successful with Unique, and more power to them. It just was not a good fit for me. So as I said in my Facebook Live video, this video here is not intended to hurt anyone's feelings or bash the company by any means, but really just give some examples and some true reasons as to why I made the choice that I did. So some people will often ask, well, you were doing well, your team was growing, you guys were, it seemed like you were really happy. What happened? So here's what happened. In November, so around like Christmas time, our sales were crazy. Sales were crazy. Obviously, it's just a busy time of the year for anyone who has a product to offer, for whether that you be a retail store or in a direct sales company. And so, the team was blowing up. Like I said, we were doing really, really well. And then after people gave those gifts away, I had a lot of returns coming back. I will start with when I joined Unique, I had no real intention of doing much of anything with it. I honestly I was going to be your kidnapper because that's what they seem to promote a lot of. And so I joined to become a kidnapper, and I really did like the products in the beginning. The original mascara was really awesome. Even though it was a two-step mascara, it was still great. I had great results from it, and I was very happy with that particular product, which at the time was like the main product that Unique had to offer. That was their like spotlight product. So in July, we got this huge announcement that this is July 2015, we got this announcement that something really exciting was happening, and to get lots of people on board, and you should have people joining your team and this, that, and the other, and because something crazy was going to happen. So in July, when they finally made the announcement was that the mascara was going to be reformulated, and the reformulation was awful. It was awful. It was $30, $29, and then when after you pay your tax and your shipping and everything else, it was close to a $40 mascara. And it was drying out in like 2 weeks. And we continued to talk to corporate. I continued to send emails. I had lots of people, like I said, returning it. Even from July through like the Christmas holiday season, I think I had like 17 returns. 17. So here's the thing, when people are upset about a product, upset enough about it to return it, how likely do you think they're going to come back to you to try something else if they weren't happy with it? And then the reputation became the mascara stinks, or the mascara's not working, or they changed something, or whatever the case is. So I wasn't getting a lot of repeat business and a lot of repeat customers, which was very hard for me because how else are you supposed to build your business? Of course you get new customers and things like that, but if you have a great product to offer, those people should be coming back the way that they've come back to other companies and other brands for years and years. So that was one thing with the mascara. That's kind of like where it all began. That is where it started, where things started to all these things were going off in my head, and I was like, just not sure this is the place for me. So, next thing, lip stains. We would have people, when I say we, I talk about me and my team as a whole, like as a unit. We were the Joyful Beauties team, and I would have a customer who would make a purchase and purchase like 2 lip stains, or you could get 3 lip stains because they had like a combo. You could buy 3, and you got like a small discount. If they would buy a trio and get 2 in the mail, and 2 are watery and 1 is thick, how do you explain that? How? You can't explain it. So the product inconsistencies were truly the reason why I decided to leave. And it was because I was frustrated with the products, my customers were frustrated with the products, and I couldn't continue to bring people on board with a company that I didn't fully believe in anymore. I don't know what else to say other than that. It's not fair. It's not fair to customers, and it's not fair to your team. And I wasn't going to just continue to tell my team to add rose water to their mascara or add eye drops to their mascara, because you shouldn't have to tweak a $30 product for it to do what it says it's going to do. I'm going to give you some more examples, okay? So they have these like little splurge cream eyeshadows. And when they first came out, oh my gosh, I loved them. I loved them so much. But then as a month went on, I would open up the cream shadow and it would be like these little balls, almost completely dried out, and it would be in balls. And again, I would have to tweak the product, adding rose water into it, spraying some dabs in there, trying to mix it up and make it smooth and creamy again. A cream shadow shouldn't be little dry balls. So not only was I having that problem, again, my customers and my downline were having that problem. So when they come to me and ask me for help and what to do, and then I would go to my upline and say, what do we do? Well, you just must have got a faulty product. Just return it. Just return it and get another one. Well, when the next one comes and there's still a problem with it, it's not just a return issue anymore. It's not a one-off kind of situation. Another example, they had samples, and the samples came out for like 2 days, and then they were gone. I mean, probably 2 hours, actually. I mean, it was so fast, they were gone. So we had to, it shouldn't be that hard to have sanitary samples available for your customers. So that way they can, if they're safe and they're not. It's just, you should get it. You should totally get it. My mom ordered a powder, and she first ordered the powder in cashmere because it was summertime. She lives in Ohio. She had lost her tan. She lost her tan, and she went back to Ohio. I live in Florida. She went back, and she said, "Hey, I need a new color." So we ordered her satin, which was the color down. Ordered her satin, and she got them in the mail, put them side by side, and they were the same exact color. How do you explain that? How do you explain that to someone? You can't explain it. And so, granted, she's my mom. She understood. She was like, yeah, it's okay. We'll send it back and get a new one. Not a big deal. To her, it's not a big deal. But it's a big deal to me when it's my customer who either, one, isn't going to say anything because they're frustrated and they're definitely not going to come back. Or, number two, is going to go tell their friends and, again, never come back. And, again, it's reputation. Now you're not getting referrals. People aren't coming back to you. How can you build a business like that? And I think it was like December or something like that, they came out with this eyeliner, and the eyeliner completely dried out, and it went on really it was liquid eyeliner. It did not go on nicely at all. It looked very gray. It wasn't black like it was supposed to be. And then, after a lot of people complained about it, the response that we got back was, well, you shouldn't have the eyeliner upside down. It needs to be, with the pen side down. It needs to be the other way, or else it's going to dry out. And we'd be like how many more things do you have to do to make the products work? I've never heard of that before. I mean, maybe it is a little bit of a trick, but it shouldn't make the thing completely dry and not work at all. And then the eyelash curler, which is another thing that I was saying. So I have kind of notes here because I want to make sure I stick to facts. Eyelash curler packaging came in, and it was in this plastic. It literally had a hole in it, like when you pull something off of a shelf at a store, and it's been on one of those little hooks or whatever. It had a hole in it, and it was in this plastic container, or plastic wrap, and it said made in China. And that's fine. If it's made in China, I mean, whatever. It's just an eyelash curler. But a customer had to spend a certain amount of money to be able to get this for free, and you're pushing this as your promotion, and it really should be classy. It shouldn't be in what looks like it came from a bodega off the street. And so that was very, very, very frustrating. And so I think that I'm pretty much done with my examples of the reasons why. I just felt like it was no longer a fit for me and my personality. It was no longer a fit for me and something that I wanted to represent. And my heart wasn't in it anymore because I I felt oftentimes like I was lying to my customers, and I felt like I was lying to my team. And to try to recruit people, at first when I was bringing people on, I was like, recruiting fast. Lots of people were joining my team. Within 9 months, I had almost 100 people on my team. And we were doing great. But if you don't really believe in a product, it's not all about money. It's not. And it's not all about who can have the biggest team or whatever comes with direct sales. It really was, for me, about offering a good product to my customers, having repeat customers come back to me because they love them. And when you say that you are offering a product to build a woman's confidence, it needs to work. It needs to do what it's going to say it's going to do. So I made the choice to leave. When I left, I was completely bad-mouthed. My Black Status upline went and told her entire downline and made a whole post about it in her group that basically to block me, that I left and went to another company and I needed to be blocked because I was going to try to steal all their people and all their customers. And that is just like totally not true. It's the farthest thing from the truth, because honestly, I don't even reach out to people ever. Like, if someone is interested in joining, I'm all about attraction marketing and, let's talk about it. If it's a good fit for you, then it's a good fit. And if it's not, that's great too. Like, find what works for you. I'm just not that person. So, I think that's basically it. I think that's it. Number one will probably just be the product frustration. That was the number one reason why I decided to make the choice to even look, because honestly, we hit Elite Green, and then everything started to slow down because I was getting frustrated because more people were returning things after that crazy busy season. And then I stopped recruiting and stopped talking about it because I honestly was not comfortable with bringing any more people on, whether they were kidnappers or not, onto my team, knowing that my heart wasn't in it. And I probably was, if I wasn't going to find something else, I did find Limelight by Alcone, but if I wasn't going to find something else, that I was just going to step away from Unique. I still have a full-time job. I had a full-time job back then, and I didn't depend on it for like my full-time income, which I think is also sort of the difference between, I think that's why we got some of the responses that we got, and then I'll just leave it at that. And then the other thing was compensation, and I'm gonna make a whole nother video on compensation and why the Limelight compensation plan is better. But when the month that I went Elite Green, that month is when my leader had gone to, or my direct sponsor had gone to Orange Status. And when she went to Orange Status, she took like a $400 pay cut. Like, you should, if you're building up leaders and you're building up your team, you should be compensated for that. Like, that's an exciting thing. That's worth a reward. Not for them to break away from you and basically you get nothing. That's just not the way that it should work. It's totally a team effort, and the compensation plan with Limelight is just way different. And then the last thing I'd say would be the culture. Just the culture not being for me. The fact that people were able to literally look you in your face and say that you aren't using a product right because it's drying out in 2 weeks, but the same thing's happening to you and your whole downline, or that you need to add products to make them work better. And then after the fact, after I left Unique, the amount of people that unfriended me and blocked me on Facebook and stopped talking to me, people who I thought I had genuine relationships formed with, just fell off the face of the earth because I decided a different path. And people leave jobs every day. People decide that, they're working at company A and company B is going to offer them, a lesser commute to work, and, they love their mission more maybe, or they're going to give them more money. That's totally okay and acceptable, but it wasn't okay and acceptable for me to find a company that was a better fit for me. And so that, for me, the way that I was treated after was absolute confirmation, and I'm so glad that I made the decision that I did to come to Limelight. But I just wanted to recreate this video and just, again, talk about the reasons why, so that everyone can see the truth directly from me, because it took me 6 months to talk about this, because my feelings were hurt, number one, by the way that I was treated and all the rumors and everything else. It was just like unnecessary drama. It was very silly. But I'm so happy where I'm at. I could not ask for a better company to represent and better products and quality, and it's like heaven. I'm so glad to be where I'm at now, and thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. You can friend me on Facebook. It's fb.yolandajoyner.com. That's my personal Facebook page. You can email me at bethelightbeauty@gmail.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because pretty soon I am going to have lots more videos coming up, and I will be talking about why I chose Limelight. So not just why I left Younique, but why I chose Limelight. Why I didn't decide to just say, forget it, direct sales altogether. So anyway, again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, friend me on Facebook, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!